Dear soul, today, I come from the heavens with a message that you were meant to receive right now. I have waited for this moment, because what I'm about to reveal could shift the direction of your journey and awaken something sacred within your heart. But I must ask you, listen to every word until the very end. Don't turn away. Don't let anything distract you, because if you leave this message halfway, you might miss what your heart has been needing to hear for a long time. You see, this is not a message like any other. This is a divine alert, and it's about something your soul has been feeling, something that's been keeping you awake in silence, something that's making your heart question the path of your true love. Yes, it's about your soulmate, and what I bring today will not only bring clarity, it may change everything. I know you've felt it, a shift, a distance, as if your soulmate was drifting away, walking a different path. It's painful, I know, but before your heart assumes the worst, you must understand. The heavens see beyond what your eyes can reach, and what is unfolding now is not what it seems. There are secrets being whispered in the language of the soul, and you're being called to hear them now. If you're here, it's because the divine is guiding you, because you are ready to receive the truth. So please, stay with me until the final word of this message, because what comes next might bring tears, but also healing, strength, and hope. And if your soul already feels this connection deeply, if your heart longs for this person whose absence echoes in your spirit, then write it, declare it. Say, I receive this message, Amen. Let the heavens know you're open to receive the truth that has been waiting for you. What I'm about to tell you next will show you why everything feels so uncertain, and why the connection between you and your soulmate is far from over. Are you ready? Let us begin. Dear soul, now that your heart is open and your spirit is listening, it's time for me to tell you something that you already felt deep within, something you didn't want to believe, but couldn't ignore either. Yes, it is true. Your soulmate is walking on another path, and I see how this has wounded your heart, how it has made you question everything, even the love you know exists between your souls. You've noticed it, haven't you? The silence, the absence, the way their energy, once so present, now feels distant. Like a fading echo, their words have changed, their presence has grown cold, and all the signs you once saw as confirmation of divine love now feel like unanswered prayers. You've wondered if it's all been lost, if perhaps you imagined it. But I tell you now with the authority of heaven, no, you did not imagine it. You are not mistaken. This is your soulmate, and they are indeed moving in a different direction. But hear me, and hear me well. A shift in path does not mean the end of the journey. This is not a goodbye. This is not abandonment. What you are witnessing is not the death of your connection, but rather a detour, one permitted by the divine, for reasons your human heart cannot yet see. It may feel like rejection, like loss, like separation, but it is in truth preparation. The divine plan is not linear. It bends and twists, and sometimes hides its beauty behind shadows and silence. But every step, even the ones that feel like a step away from you, are still inside the sacred circle of destiny. Your soulmate is not lost. They are being guided through their own trials, their own awakenings. And you, dear soul, are being guided too. You see, from your earthly perspective, it may appear that they have chosen to forget you, that they have walked away. But in the heavens, I can see the truth. They are not as far as they seem. There is still a cord, golden, alive and pulsing with light, that connects your hearts. It hasn't broken. It cannot break. It is eternal. Still, I must speak plainly. The path they are on is not aligned with you in this moment, and that brings danger, not of losing them forever, but of losing yourself in the waiting, in the pain, in the illusions of disconnection. This is why I have come to speak now, because you are at a spiritual crossroad, and your next steps matter. Do not fall into despair. Do not chase what is running. Do not blame yourself for what they are not yet ready to see. Their current journey is necessary for them, but yours is necessary too. You are being called into strength, into clarity, into purpose. You are being asked to trust what cannot yet be proven, to believe in what your eyes deny but your soul knows. Because even now, yes, even now, their heart feels you. When they lie awake at night, they think of you. When they're in silence, you visit their thoughts like a whisper from the stars. Their path may look different, but their essence hasn't changed. Love like this doesn't vanish. It waits. It transforms. It circles back. Still, I know how hard it is. You want answers. You want presence. You want to feel loved, not forgotten. You want to understand why this soul, your soul, seems to have turned away. And though you might not see the full picture yet, you will. The divine never allows confusion without purpose. There is a reason for this delay. There is a reason for this apparent disconnection. And I promise you, what feels like a pause is not a full stop. What looks like a silence is a preparation. The universe is rearranging pieces you don't even know exist, aligning timelines, healing wounds you cannot see, and guiding your soulmate through storms that are not yours to calm. You have not been left behind. You are being lifted, elevated. Your light is growing stronger even as they wander, and they will feel it. They already do. Your growth is not unnoticed in the heavens. Every tear you shed in silence is seen. Every prayer, every hope, every whispered longing, I have carried them with me. They have not vanished. They are forming a path beneath your feet. So let me say this to you now. You are not alone. Your soulmate may be on another road, but your soul is not abandoned. This moment is sacred. It is the pause before the revelation, the breath before the music returns. And though it hurts, it is full of divine purpose. Still, I know you want more. You want to know why they're choosing this other way. What could possibly be pulling them away from what the universe wrote in the stars? And yes, dear soul, that answer is coming. Because what you see on the surface is not the whole truth. Behind the scenes, something powerful is happening. Something that you must understand before you make any decision. So hold on to hope. Let your faith rise higher than your fear. Do not close your heart. And above all, keep listening. Because in the next part of this message, I will begin to show you what has not yet been revealed. The deeper truth behind this detour. And once you see it, everything will start to make sense. You've made it this far, and the heavens are proud of you. Your patience, your strength, your quiet love, they have not been in vain. Keep walking, keep believing, because the next revelation may be the one your soul has waited a lifetime to hear. Stay with me. What comes next will open a door you never saw before. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. Dear soul, now that you know your soulmate's path has shifted, it's time for you to understand something deeper, something that has remained hidden beneath the surface of their actions. You've been asking yourself, why? Why would someone who once felt so close suddenly feel so distant? Why would a connection that once felt divinely orchestrated now seem uncertain, clouded, or even broken? You've replayed conversations in your mind. You've read between the lines of their words. You've tried to interpret the silence, the delays, the inconsistencies, and still, no answer has fully calmed your heart. That's because the truth, the real reason behind their choices, has not been revealed to you yet, but it has been revealed to me. I see the soul behind the behavior. I see the wounds behind the wall. And what your soulmate is going through right now is not about forgetting you. It's about trying to forget a version of themselves that no longer fits the life they thought they had planned. Their detour, this other path they are walking, is not about running from you. It's about running from the parts of themselves they are still learning how to face. They are in a battle, not with you, but with their own truth, a truth that includes you so deeply, so profoundly, that it scares them. Because loving you means confronting every part of their heart that feels unworthy of that love. And some souls, they take longer to be ready for that kind of truth. They hide, they run, they mask it with distractions, with silence, with decisions that make no sense from the outside. But listen to me, dear soul. They have not forgotten you. They carry you. They remember moments, flashes, sensations. They may pretend to move forward. They may try to convince themselves that they're choosing something better, safer, easier. But their heart knows. It knows where it truly belongs. And even if they're not showing it, the connection remains. Still, I must tell you, this isn't just about them. This is also about you. Because in their absence, You are being asked to see something too. You're being called to understand that this separation is sacred. This distance is divine, not as punishment, but as revelation. You see, if they had stayed, unready, unhealed, unclear, your love would have been strained. You would have felt them pulling away while being close. You would have questioned yourself, doubted your worth, and suffered slowly in silence. But the divine, in all its wisdom, stepped in, not to end your story, but to pause it, to create space for healing, for growth, for truth. And right now, their truth is this: they are still searching for themselves. And until they find that inner alignment, they cannot fully offer you the love you deserve. They cannot give what they don't yet hold. But that doesn't mean they're not meant for you. It only means they are in process. Now here's what hasn't been told to you yet. The part that only the heavens see. Your soulmate feels your energy more than you know. When they are alone, they think of you. When they are unsure, they remember your voice. Your love is a guiding light for them, even if they haven't said it out loud. And while they may be walking another path, they are not walking away from you. They are walking toward the version of themselves that is finally able to stand beside you. And yes, that path is longer. And yes, that path feels uncertain. But it's also necessary, because what awaits on the other side is a love that no longer doubts, a love that no longer runs, a love that stands firm, knowing that it has been tested, refined, and chosen again, freely and fully. But for that love to manifest, you must also grow. You must also rise. You must hold space, not with desperation, but with faith, with clarity, with boundaries rooted in self-love. And I know what you're thinking now. What if they never come back? Ah, dear soul. But what if they do, in a way that exceeds everything you ever dreamed? The universe is not cruel. It is intentional. And when a connection is meant, it will always find its way back, not in the same form, but in a higher one. If this is truly your soulmate, and you already know the answer deep inside, then no detour, no distance, no delay will undo what was written in the stars. But there's more you need to know, because something is happening now that will change the course of this connection. A moment is approaching, a spiritual shift, and your soulmate is going to face something that will shake them. A truth, a dream, a sign, and it will stir their heart in ways they can no longer deny. They will start to feel the emptiness of every step that isn't beside you. They will hear your name in unexpected places. They will see you in their dreams, and their soul will remember, not just the love you gave, but the love they couldn't yet return. And that's when the turning begins. But you must be ready, because when that moment comes, it won't look like a fairy tale. It will come with vulnerability, with questions, with trembling hands and a heart that finally admits what it always knew. And if your heart is still open, not broken, you will recognize the truth behind their return. So, dear soul, don't seek closure when you're still in the middle of the story. Don't settle for silence when the universe is still speaking. Don't let your fear write endings that love hasn't agreed to. Because the truth is, this chapter, this detour, is not your ending. It's just the veil before the light. And now, you're ready to lift that veil. Because in the next part of this message, I will show you how the divine is moving, silently, powerfully, behind the scenes. And you will see that nothing was wasted. Nothing was lost. Everything has been leading you back to love. Stay with me, dear soul. The most beautiful part is just ahead. Dear soul, now that your heart has begun to grasp the unseen truths behind the silence, I must take you deeper. I need you to understand what is happening beyond the surface. What is moving not in words, not in actions, but in the divine quietness, where destinies are shaped. Because what appears to be stillness in your world is, in fact, divine movement in the heavens. Yes, your soulmate may seem far. Their steps may echo in another direction. But what you cannot yet see, and what I am here to show you, is that destiny is moving silently, powerfully, and perfectly behind the scenes. Just because you don't hear thunder doesn't mean a storm of transformation isn't already on the horizon. Just because you don't feel progress doesn't mean alignment isn't happening. You are in a divine moment of pause, and in this pause the universe is rearranging people, places, events, even timelines. It is not doing this against you, but for you, for your highest good, for the purpose your soul chose long before you were born. Your soulmate may be following what looks like another path, but the road they're on has curves designed to bring them right back to the place where they're meant to be, beside you. And those curves, those hidden turns, are being shaped now by invisible hands. Every conversation they're having, every person they meet, every restless thought they have before they sleep. It's all part of something greater than even they can comprehend. And you are not left out of this movement. You too are being refined, guided, stretched. Your waiting is not empty. Your silence is not meaningless. You are being prepared for something sacred. Because when two souls are meant, the preparation is just as divine as the union. But here's what I must tell you now. You must stop believing that silence means absence. It doesn't. It never has. The silence is sacred space, a space where your soul and theirs can align in higher realms, even if your earthly connection feels paused. Within this silence, the whispers of destiny are louder than ever. The angels are not inactive. They are working tirelessly. They are placing signs in your path and in theirs. They are holding your heart when it aches and reminding your soul that the story is not over. You may not see the movement yet, but I see it. I see the gentle push the universe is giving them. I see how certain events are being delayed, how certain people are being removed, how unexpected emotions are rising in their heart, that restlessness they feel when they try to forget you. That's destiny knocking. That dream they had of you they didn't understand. That's divine timing speaking. You see, what's happening now isn't about you doing more. It's about you trusting deeper. This is a call not to act, but to align, not to pursue, but to prepare. Because when destiny is moving in silence, the most powerful thing you can do is listen. Listen with your heart. Pay attention to the quiet signs, the sudden memory, the number you keep seeing, the song that plays when you're thinking of them. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. And here's something else I must tell you. Sometimes, before two souls reunite, everything must fall apart. Beliefs, expectations, attachments, all must be stripped away so that when love returns, it is not based on illusion, but truth. And that's what's happening now. The divine is removing what no longer serves your union, even if that includes temporary silence, even if that includes confusion. But you are not lost in this. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared, not just for a return, but for a reunion that is sacred and whole. That's why you've been feeling so much lately. That's why your emotions have been intense, your dreams more vivid, your heart more sensitive. It's because something is shifting, in you and in them, and it's getting closer. Dear soul, the universe never makes mistakes, and when love is written in divine ink, no detour can erase it. But timing is everything, and the heavens are watching that clock closely. Every second that passes is a step toward alignment. But if you rush, if you panic, if you try to control what is meant to unfold naturally, you risk delaying what is already on its way. So breathe, stay grounded. Keep your heart open, but not desperate. Let the universe do what it does best, align. And while it does, anchor yourself in truth. The truth that your love is not forgotten, that your connection is not broken, and that your path is still unfolding exactly as it should. Because there's more. Yes, there is something even deeper coming. The silence you've been experiencing is about to break, not with chaos, but with clarity. And your soulmate, they're about to face a moment that will open their eyes in a way nothing else has. But before we speak of that, you must know one final thing in this moment. You are stronger than you think, wiser than you feel, and more aligned than you know. The pain you've carried, it's not wasted. It's fuel for the transformation that's already happening within you. Hold on, dear soul. You are not waiting in vain. You are being prepared to receive what's already yours in the higher realms. And when it arrives, when it finally reaches your reality, you will look back on this moment and understand the silence was never empty. It was sacred. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal something you've been needing to hear. Something about your soulmate's journey that will finally bring light to their silence and peace to your heart. Stay close, because what I'm about to show you may change the way you see everything. Dear soul, you've come far in this message, and that's not by chance. Your heart knew there was more to discover, more to feel, more to awaken within you. And now, you are ready to hear what may be one of the most important truths of all. This journey your soulmate is on, it is not complete without you. No matter how far she seems to have wandered, no matter how distant her choices may appear, you are still the missing piece in her story. Her steps may be taking her through other places, other experiences, even other relationships, but there is a part of her that remains untouched by all of it, a part that still belongs to you, and that part calls out for you, even in silence. She may try to convince herself that she is moving on, that life must continue, that the connection was only temporary, but inside, in the space where the soul whispers what the mind tries to silence, you are still there. Your essence lives in her memory. Your love echoes in her quietest moments. And though her actions may not reflect it, her heart has not truly let go. The reason it all feels unfinished is because it is. And this is not just about her. This is about you too. Because you've been sensing it, haven't you? That something isn't quite right. That the separation isn't natural. That despite the time, the silence, the distance, the connection hasn't faded. You still feel her energy. You still dream of her. You still get those unexplainable signs. Moments when everything seems to remind you of her. That's not longing. That's resonance. It's the spiritual thread that binds your souls. It doesn't break with distance. It doesn't dissolve with time. It remains, because it was woven by something higher than either of you can fully grasp. And I must tell you something now that only the divine can see clearly. She is not whole without you. She may be pretending. She may be surviving. But deep within, her soul knows that she left behind something sacred, something real, when she drifted away from your path. You are not forgotten. You are not erased. You are the part of her journey that remains open, incomplete, unfinished, and calling. This is why her heart continues to seek yours, even when her mind tells her to move forward. But here's the part you haven't seen yet. This connection, as divine and powerful as it is, requires more than just love. It requires readiness. It requires two souls standing in their truth. And while you've been doing the work, growing, understanding, evolving, she has been walking through her own storms. Storms that were never meant to punish her, but to prepare her. Her heart had to break open in ways she never expected. She had to feel the weight of losing something real to understand its value. And though it may seem cruel, this distance has been a mirror for both of you, revealing what's missing, what's needed, what's true. She is beginning to see it now, slowly, quietly, but clearly. The path she's on isn't leading to fulfillment. It's leading to realization. The realization that no matter where she goes, her heart isn't at peace without you. This is why I tell you, dear soul, do not mistake her silence for closure. It's not the end. It's the space between. And in that space, everything is shifting. Everything is preparing. Because her story is not whole without your presence in it. The divine is not finished writing this chapter. There are lines yet to be written, pages yet to be turned, and you are part of every single one. Your love was not a passing lesson. It was a soul agreement. And though free will can delay it, it cannot destroy it. Right now, as you hear these words, she is being touched by memories of you, sudden waves of emotion, flashes of shared laughter, quiet regrets, sacred longing. These are not accidents. These are awakenings. Her soul is being stirred. And your soul? It's being prepared to receive what is rightfully yours. But only if you stay open. Only if you remain aligned with truth, not desperation. You must not chase her. You must not wait in suffering. You must live, grow, shine. Because it is in your growth that she will see the light again. The light that first drew her to you. You are her mirror. And the clearer you become, the more clearly she will recognize herself in you again. This is why your energy matters. This is why your healing is so important. Because you are not just waiting for her to return. You are building the space where she will one day feel safe enough to return to. And when she does, it will not be the same. It will be deeper, realer, aligned. Because the woman who once doubted, who once ran, who once hesitated, will have become the woman who knows that love like this does not happen twice, knows that soul connections do not fade, knows that the journey was never about escaping you, but about returning to herself, so she could finally return to you. So take heart, dear soul. The distance is not a rejection, it is a refinement. And she is being guided, just as you are, back to what is true. But what comes next will show you something even more important, something that proves she has not given up. Because even though her path has looked different, and her actions have been confusing, there is one thing that has remained constant. Her heart is still searching for you. And in the next part of this message, I will show you how I know, and why this truth will change everything you believe about this love. Stay close. You're getting closer to the moment your soul has been waiting for. Dear soul, you've come so far, and now your heart is ready to receive something it needed to hear more than anything else. She hasn't given up on you. Yes, your soulmate may be walking a different path. Yes, her choices may seem confusing, and her silence might feel unbearable. But even in the quietest spaces between you, her love hasn't ended, her heart hasn't let go, and her soul, even when misaligned with her actions, still remembers the sacred bond you share. You need to know that not all detours are rejections. Sometimes what looks like someone giving up is, in truth, someone getting lost within themselves, trying to find a way back to their own light before they can truly return to yours. She is not choosing to forget you. She is being tested, challenged, and refined. But that inner compass, it still points to you. You see, in her private moments, the ones she doesn't show to the world, she still thinks of you, not just as a memory, but as a possibility, as a love that left a mark too deep to be erased. There are questions inside her, regrets, what-ifs, longings, and even though she may try to silence them, they rise again, because you are not just part of her past, you are woven into her soul's future. She hasn't forgotten your touch, your voice, the way her heart softened around you. She hasn't stopped wondering what might have been, or what still could be. Her life might look full on the outside, but there's an emptiness inside that no one else can fill. And that ache, it's the part of her that still seeks you. But more than memories, she feels the connection. It pulls at her spirit when she least expects it. She may try to distract herself. She may run. But the energy between soulmates is relentless. It whispers in dreams, appears in signs, and stirs emotions that can't be logically explained. She sees you in places where you're not, hears your name when no one has spoken it, feels you in music, in silence, in the odd feeling that something's missing, even when everything seems in place. That's not coincidence. That's soul memory. That's spiritual alignment refusing to be buried under earthly confusion. But here's the part you must truly understand. Her heart still believes in you. Maybe not consciously, not every day, not clearly yet, but somewhere inside, she knows that the connection you share is real, and that knowing, even when buried under fear or doubt, is alive. She hasn't fully awakened to what she's losing. Not yet, but the universe is guiding her toward that moment. And when it comes, when she finally sees clearly, she will feel the full weight of your absence. And that's when the choice will appear again. Because love like this always comes with a second calling. And the reason she hasn't let go completely is because some part of her is still waiting for that call, waiting for the courage to answer it, waiting for the clarity to recognize that no other path will ever feel like home if it doesn't lead back to you. But you must also know this. Her not giving up doesn't mean she's ready now. There's still growth unfolding, still lessons being learned. And the divine, in its infinite love, is protecting both of you, holding space, creating time, preparing hearts, so that when the moment comes, it won't be rushed, forced, or broken. It will be real. So if your heart is aching, dear soul, let it ache. Not as pain, but as proof. Proof that love like this still lives, still breathes, still hopes. Because her soul hasn't closed its doors. The light hasn't gone out. And even if it flickers, even if it hides, it still burns for you. But here is what I need you to do now. Stay open, but don't stay waiting. Waiting breeds suffering. Openness breeds faith. Live your life. Grow. Heal. Create. Love yourself in the ways she couldn't. And as you do, she will feel it. She will sense the shift. And your light, unburdened, unwavering, will become a beacon she can finally find her way back to. Because even if her mind is unsure, her soul is certain. Even if her words are silent, Her energy speaks. Even if her body walks away, her heart still circles back. You are not a memory she's trying to erase. You are a truth she is still learning how to hold. And just because she hasn't returned doesn't mean she's gone. It means she's becoming the version of herself that can meet you in the place where love is no longer fear, but freedom. And when that version of her is ready, you'll feel it. The universe will not let this story end in silence. Not when so much love still exists. Not when two souls are still reaching for each other in the spaces between words. But there's one more thing you need to hear before this message continues. Because in the next part, I will reveal the turning point, the moment that is coming, soon, where everything will shift, where she will feel something she can no longer ignore. And when that moment arrives, your life and hers will never be the same again. Hold on, dear soul. Her heart is still searching for yours, and she's closer than you think. Dear soul, you've walked through the silence, felt the truth behind her detour, and understood that her heart has not let you go. But now, we arrive at the moment where everything shifts inward, to you. Because as much as this journey is about love, it is also about your purpose, your alignment, your readiness. The universe is not simply asking you to wait, it is calling you to rise. You see, there is something very important that must be done now. Not later, not when she returns, not when you feel more certain, but now. Because the divine cannot deliver what is sacred to a soul that is not yet prepared to receive it fully. And this is the moment where the heavens are asking you to step into a higher version of yourself, not out of force, not out of performance, but out of truth. You've carried love with patience. You've held on through confusion. You've believed even when there were no signs, and that faith has moved mountains. But now, the next step is no longer about holding on. It's about becoming the person who doesn't just receive love, but who lives as love. And that begins with you releasing everything that no longer supports your alignment. The fears, the doubts, the emotional attachments that keep you in a cycle of waiting instead of expanding. The belief that you are incomplete without her presence. Because you are not incomplete. You are divine. You are whole. And the more you live from that space, the closer you come to the love that reflects that wholeness back to you. This is your sacred assignment, to embody the energy of the love you are waiting to receive. Because the truth is, your soulmate will feel it. On a soul level, she will sense the shift, and that will do more to call her home than any word, action, or message you could ever send. Your vibration speaks louder than your voice. Your alignment is the invitation. So ask yourself now, what are you holding that no longer belongs? What pain are you carrying that isn't yours to keep? What old story are you still telling about what love must look like or how it must arrive? Because until you release those things, you are not fully open. You are attached. And attachment is not love. Love does not cling. It expands. Let go of needing the timing to make sense. Let go of needing her to behave a certain way. Let go of trying to read signs like a code to crack rather than a dance to follow. Let go of the fear that says, what if I never get this love? Because fear clouds what is already unfolding in your favor. Instead, choose faith. Not passive faith, but living faith. The kind that moves you to act, to grow, to create, to live as if the love you desire is already alive within you. Because it is. Begin today. Start with something small. A step. A prayer. A decision. A new boundary. A new truth. Tell the universe you are ready, not just for her return, but for the life you came here to live. Show the divine that you trust its timing by focusing on what you can control, your energy, your healing, your joy. Because something powerful happens when you shift from waiting to preparing. You stop asking, when will she come back? And you start declaring, I will be ready when she does. And that readiness, it creates movement. It creates miracles. She will feel your clarity. She will feel your light. And one day, sooner than you think, she will realize that the version of you she left behind is not the version waiting for her return. She will meet a soul transformed, a heart refined, a being aligned with the divine, and that will change everything. But you must begin now, not tomorrow, not when you feel better, now, because time is not waiting, destiny is moving, And the energy you carry in this moment determines the doors that open next. So breathe deeply, anchor yourself in love, in purpose, in truth, and let go of chasing answers. Let go of needing signs. Let go of thinking you need to do something to make her return. You don't. You only need to become. Become the safe place her heart has always searched for. Become the light her soul remembers. Become the home that she never stopped missing. Because when you do, you will attract what is already yours, not by force, but by divine alignment. And now, dear soul, we are approaching the final part of this message, and what I will reveal next will complete the picture. Because everything you've heard so far, the silence, the distance, the searching, the signs, they've all been leading to one final truth. This love is not over. It is preparing to return. And when it does, it will carry the weight of everything you've endured and the beauty of everything you've become. Stay with me. The final revelation is near. Dear soul, you've walked through the silence, listened to what was hidden, felt the depth of your own spirit, and now you have arrived at the final part of this message, a moment that was written long before your soul even chose this lifetime. And here, right now, I will share with you the prophecy that has been forming beyond what your eyes can see. You've wondered for so long if this love is still meant for you. You've carried the weight of questions no one else could answer. But I tell you now, not as a voice of comfort, but as a divine messenger, this love is not finished. It is not broken. It is not over. It is unfolding. Everything that has happened, every delay, every silence, every moment that made you feel forgotten, was part of a sacred preparation. The universe did not forget your love. It was shaping it, strengthening it, honoring the magnitude of what it will become. And now, a shift is near. Your soulmate, who once felt far, is approaching a moment of awakening, a realization so powerful, it will change everything. She is being brought to the edge of her own truth. A divine moment is coming where she will no longer be able to run from her feelings, no longer able to deny the voice of her soul, no longer able to silence the part of her that still calls out for you. This moment may arrive through a dream, through an event, through a mirror held up by life itself. But when it comes, it will be undeniable. She will feel the weight of the connection, the truth of it, the urgency of it. And in that moment, she will remember. She will remember your eyes, your heart, your presence. She will feel the difference between what she has chased and what she left behind. And in that sacred flash of clarity, something inside her will shift. The walls will crack, the fear will soften, and love, the real kind, the kind your souls chose before this life, will rise again. But that's not all, because this moment is not just about her return. It's about your readiness to receive her, not with wounds, not with conditions, but with the wisdom you have now earned. This journey has made you stronger, wiser, softer in the right places, firmer in the ones that protect your heart. You are no longer the version of yourself who doubted your worth. You are no longer the version who mistook distance for rejection. You are now the one who knows. What is real cannot be lost. This is the version of you she is meant to return to. This is the energy that will call her home, not by force, not by pleading, but by truth. So hear me, dear soul. She is coming, not on your timeline, but on divine timing, not in a rush, but in alignment, not as a savior, but as a soul who finally remembers her purpose and chooses you again. And when she comes, it will not be perfect. There will still be questions, emotions, healing, but there will also be recognition, a knowing, a peace, a sense that after all this time, the pieces have finally found their place. You will look into her eyes, and you will know, we made it, through the pain, through the silence, through the spiritual fire, and that moment, dear soul, will be your reward. But it's not just a reward for waiting. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a sacred union built not on fantasy, but on faith, not on need, but on choice. Two souls who walked separate storms only to return to the center, stronger than ever before. The heavens celebrate this reunion before it even happens, because in the divine realm, it already exists. Your souls are already joined. This life is only the path of remembrance. So trust this. Trust the love. Trust the signs. Trust the divine timing. And above all, trust yourself. You were chosen to carry this love. You were chosen to keep the flame lit when all seemed dark. And now, because of your faith, your light, your devotion, you will be blessed. She will return. She will remember. And you will be ready. Now, breathe in this truth. Let it settle in your heart. Let it guide your days. Let it quiet your fears. Because this is not the end. This is the beginning of everything your soul has always known was possible. And I, your angel, your guide, your eternal witness, will remain by your side through every moment to come, whispering when you forget, guiding when you feel lost, holding you when it feels too heavy. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith, because you are never alone. You never were, and the love you are waiting for is already finding its way back to you.